Hey everybody, Chris here, coming to show you some more yard sale finds. It's been a bit, but some personal stuff kind of made me not want to do it for a while, but yeah. So here we go. Here's some videos. So this one actually will include some Facebook deals because since this whole, pandemic things happened, yard sales and thrift stores have been not as consistent. I've only been to a few thrift stores and they're not the greatest environment. But yeah, there are some yard sales going in the area, thankfully. So going to those, trying to be as safe as possible. And yeah, here we go. So let's start over here with this random stuff. Got those two Pokemon things and those two New Mutant action figures for $15 at a yard sale. The figures were $7 each, and these Pokemon things she wanted, I think she wanted like $3 each, but they're open, and the special cards are all like curved. But the booster packs are unopened, so I might open them, see if there's like a decent card. Might try and just sell the booster packs new. I'm not really sure yet, but I already sold one of the action figures, Danny Moonstar, who is actually. I mean, I'm not really familiar with New Mutants, I guess, now that I'm thinking about it. But as far as X-Men go, like, I have no idea who it is. But I already sold one for $49, so I already made the money back and then some. Picked up a John Cena action figure for $1 at a yard sale. I didn't have any service, so couldn't look him up, but $1 for a new action figure is usually worth it. I think he's worth about like 9 to 12, somewhere in there. Then two sealed Uno. These are kind of like the older, like I think 80s. Yeah, but two. Sold both $28 each. Paid 50 cents for both of them. Then a solitaire light. I think that came from, or just solitaire, came from Goodwill for I think $2. It goes for about 40-ish. Got an iPod Nano. I paid $8 at the yard sale for that. Works well. I also got a classic. It's up there somewhere, but I paid $3 for that. Had a little bit of problem getting it to sync though, so I'm gonna have to buy another cord. I think the cord might be the issue, but this one works well. Probably get about 40 for this. Got a little tape with this, which I'll show you in a bit. Those don't really go for much, like a few bucks. Then I got a sealed copy of Clue the card game. Every copy I found before they were sealed was wrapped in plastic wrap. This one is in like a plastic blister pack or whatever, so gonna be a little bit heavier to ship, but still pretty good to find. That'll go for about like 40 to 50. Then at a yard sale, I got a copy of Social Sabotage. This is the second copy I've got. Sold the last one for 33 in the same condition where the shrink wrap's on it, but it's ripped, so the box has like a couple little marks on it. So that'll sell as like new. Under that, Lost World Jurassic Park. Picked that up for $6.99 at Savers. Was missing one or two of the Raptors, or one of the Raptors was broken and was missing another, but I have a parts copy, so I completed that. That's gonna go for about 40. Behind there is a pretty cool Disney puzzle. I think it's in Japanese, all the text, but yeah, it came up on Amazon. I think the rank was pretty good. I think it was like under 100,000 for toys, so I think that'll go for about 60 something. Skip the games, or go to the two Wiis. So I picked these up off Facebook for $50. Wiis, probably like a month and a half ago, for going for like over $100 easy. I had sold out of them almost immediately, around like 60 to 100, depending on the conditions I had. It's come back down a bit. I think they're floating around like 80 to like 100, depending on condition, depending on what game you have with it. I picked it up with that stack of games, from Mario Kart up. I'll show you all of them. But it was only supposed to be for one Wii, but when I got there, I drove like 45 minutes because she couldn't meet. Like she was getting ready to go to work. So she was like, oh, I have another Wii. I don't know if it works. Do you want it? And I was like, yes. So she threw another Wii in, but neither has a sensor bar, so I have to wait to test them. But one of them did have a bonus game, which is great. I'll show you in a bit. Then over here, this is another Goodwill find, $2, Risk Lord of the Rings. It had like a beat up box, so I swapped a box for the parts copy that I had. Had the ring, only reason I bought it because it's really hard to find the ring in these. And I knew I had, like the figures didn't look like they were complete, but I had the parts copy. I ended up just swapping the figures as well. So I'll go for about 30-ish there. And then, yeah, this is what came with the Wii. It's like lots of classic controllers, lots of regular Wiimotes. The Wii Motion Pluses are going for about, or the Wiimote Plus are going for about 30 to 50 depending on the color. But these are all regular, so they're still going for about like 15 to 20, which is a lot more than they used to go for. I think at the beginning of this, I sold a few for like 9. And then by the end of it, I was selling them for like 30. Or not the end of it, but like 2 months ago, I was selling them for 30. But classic controllers will be about 12. There's a Nyko wand controller in there too. I'm not sure the value on that, but I did sell 4 for like 40 a couple months ago, so I had guessed like maybe 8 at this point individually. Yeah, this was another yard sale find, 50 cents. Picked up 2 books. Battle Royale, it's worth about like 6 to 7. And Uzumaki, which is a Junji Ito book. I'm not really familiar with that. Like, I thought Junji Ito was a specific manga / anime. I sold a t-shirt for $80 from him. This one was pending for $14.75 for about 5 days, but then the buyer, they just didn't have their payment up to date, so it didn't go through. So this, 50 cents turned into, it'll probably be about 20 after fees and shipping, because media mail. Then I'll go to this. This is a probably least exciting deal. I got paid 40 or 45. Got a purple 3DS Dora puppy, Tinkerbell, which is actually worth about $10. I didn't think it would be. And then Lego Friends, which sold for $12.99 already. So put that there. So yeah, decent Facebook deal. Didn't have to drive too far. I had to be somewhere else in that area as well, so it kind of worked out well. This one I drove a little bit further for. This is a 2DS. It's the white and red. I was hoping, I didn't ask, but I was hoping it had New Super Mario Bros. Installed on it, because that's the better listing on Amazon. It did not, but I ended up getting it for 40, and then he brought out some more games. I paid up a little bit because his prices were high, but I knew I could get decent money for them. He probably would have went lower, but I ended up paying $10 each. I got Tony Hawk Pro Skater, just sold a bunch of copies for about 25. And then Legend of Zelda, which I've had problems trying to get to work. So I already took it apart and it looks pretty clean. I was worried it was fake at first, but I compared it to another copy and the boards were like mostly identical. If you know anything about the variations of boards in these, feel free to let me know. I noticed that one chip in one was Sony and one chip in the other was Sanyo. I'm not sure if that matters. It's probably just a year thing, but yeah, I haven't got that to work, so a little annoying to pay $10 for that. But came with Super Monkey Ball 3D and Metroid Prime First Hunt. Neither part, like this one's basically worthless. This one will go for about like 5 to 8, I think. But might be sitting on it a little while because the listing for this, the rank is really high. Then we'll get to that later because that one's pretty good. This was another yard sale. So I got that tape. He wanted $1 a piece. I probably could have just got this stack for 5, but I offered him 7. One of the things is already gone. I'll tell you at the end, but Guitar Hero 3 Legends Rock that's already sold for, I think, 6 or 7. Wii Fit Plus, only because I have a balance board that I have a copy of Wii Fit to match with it, but people, they tend to want to buy Wii Fit Plus. Boondocks second season complete. Reno 911 second season complete. Sealed copy of season 2 of Scrubs, and sealed copy of season 1 of Scrubs, and then I also had a season 5 of Scrubs, which already sold for 18. So already made my money back, already made a bit more money. Definitely pretty good buy, but I think I almost went to Maine for that. I kind of forget, or actually no, I think it was still New Hampshire. But then we'll get to this. So this was another random. This I got with Social Sabotage. I paid $1 for that, and I paid $1 for this. This is Wolf Among Us for Xbox One. Then this was the bonus game, which is a great bonus game to get. It's a new Super Mario Bros. Wii. Disc only. I don't have a case for it, unfortunately, but that'll go for about like 28 to 30-ish. And then these are the rest of the games. Only one is really like great. So we got Zumba Fitness 2, Tony Hawk Ride, Thrillville Off the Rails, Wireland Shake It, which I would have thought would have been at least 15, but it's under 10. Wii Fit, Rock Band 2, which that's a decent one right now, actually. Music games are still doing decent. And then Mario Kart Wii, obviously the best. I'll probably pair it with one of the systems to get about 150, maybe a bit less. And these games, actually, my mom saw on Facebook Marketplace somebody was just giving away games, and then she just went and got them. So shout out to her. None of them are particularly great. You'll see on the bottom and the top, these are probably the best 2. So this is a sealed copy of Deadpool, which is so weird. It's probably like the 3rd sealed copy of Deadpool I've ended up with, but it's about $10 right now. And then I think these top ones look good, but everything from here down is pretty scratched, so I'm not sure if they'll work. But you have Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, Battlefield 3, Destiny, Family Guy the video game. This is actually a movie, Tony Hawk Boom Boom Sabotage. It's pretty scratched. I don't know that it's gonna work. Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Resident Evil Dead Aim. This one only has a few scratches, but like on a sketchy part, so I'm actually not sure how much that one goes for. Probably one of the few Resident Evil games I haven't played. Pac-Man World 2, Big Mother Truckers 2, Ultima Alliance 2, I think. Yeah, there was also another copy that was really gross looking, but didn't have the game disc, only had the bonus disc. What is this? The case is kind of cracked, so there we go. Oh yeah, SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. It had the art, but it was like moldy, so I threw it out. Crash Tag Team Racing. This one's decent, but has scratches, so we'll see. And then Super Smash Bros. Brawl. The case is busted, and the art's like a little messed up, but I have another empty case, so if it works, I will switch it to that. But I have to wait for sensor bars to come in. I had to order some. Wasn't too expensive because I did have rewards points. Then, let's see. I don't think I talked about this stuff. We got Star Wars Monopoly back there, collector's edition. This was another Facebook deal. I bought this and the customizable card game, both sealed. Customizable card game already sold for $40, so made back my money and a little bit. And then Star Wars will go for about, or Monopoly will go for about 50 to 70, somewhere in there. Yeah, so if you ever find sealed Monopoly games, always look them up. A lot of people on Facebook could just seem to not open them for some reason. Then picked this up for $5, Polaroid One Step. They've really come down. I think like 15 to 25-ish. I've had most of that box for probably a year at this point, so I'm not really picking them up as much, / I'm not finding them as much, so. And then under that, we got a Magnavox Dvd Vcr Combo, Should go for about 100 to 125. Always a decent brand. For some reason, I feel like Magnavox is kind of the cheaper, but they do well, so I keep getting them. Then we'll do this because I think something in this stack is much more exciting, even though it did go for less than this. So I paid up on this one. They wanted 175. I offered them 160. They seemed to be out of town, so I just met like their kid and at their house. So I did have to drive a lot further than I was hoping, but 160. All these games. I had 2 of these cases. Everything was card only, but I had 2 cases, so completed them. But yeah, we got a Pokemon XY, 3DS XL, in pretty good condition, has a few scratches, but has already sold for $225 this morning. So that was amazing. And then these games. We'll go through the ones I completed. We got Battles, Lego Battles Ninjago, not really worth much. And then Pokemon Ranger Guardian Science. This is decent. It's complete. I think it'll go for about 25. And then great bunch of games. I might keep one of these. I haven't played the Mario on 3DS yet, but yeah. So here we go. We got Super Mario Maker, Mario Party Star Rush, Mario Golf World Tour, Pac-Man The Ghostly Adventures 2, Wipeout 3, Super Smash Bros. 3DS, Pokemon Sun, Pokemon Moon, Super Mario 3D Land, so I might keep this, Super Mario Kart 7, what am I doing? Dragon Quest Rocket Slime, or Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime. This is a decent one. I think that's about 30. Dragon Quest 9. I'm playing 11 now. Makes me kind of want to keep this, but I looked at the graphics and I'm really not a fan. Probably because it's a DS game and the last game was on PS2. And PS2 is so much more powerful. But yeah, then Kirby Superstar Ultra. And new Super Mario Brothers, and there's also a Barbie game in here, but it did not work. So yeah, pretty good. Already made the money back, and then some on the system. Haven't sold any of these games yet, but probably any day they'll start selling. And then this case, which, you know, it says Nintendo DS on it. Usually sells decently, but you know, $8 to $12 probably. And then I think that leaves this for last. One of the first day's yard sales were back up and going. I think I went to maybe like 6. I had to drive a decent amount. There was a guy that I kept seeing at them. The first one we went to was a reseller. So far, lots of these yard sales have been reseller people. They want more money than things are worth. But he had a camera that I would have picked up, but he had got. And then I ended up seeing him at, I think, 3 more yard sales that day. But I came in just under the wire to get this from him. We were both at a yard sale across the street from this one. And then I came over as he was coming up to the other one. And I think he heard me asking about old games and stuff. So when we went to the next one, he was like, oh, I think we're on a mission for the same stuff or something like that. I was like, yeah, I saw you at the last yard sale getting that Argus camera, which would have been great for me because I just sold one for $50. And I don't think he knew that the lady was going inside looking for games for me because she said she didn't have any. I asked her if she had Nintendo and Sega and so on. She's like, no, I have something. I'll go look. She came out with a box just full of games and the Zapper, no system. And one of the other ladies was trying to negotiate for, like, I was like, oh, how much do you want for all of them? And one of the other ladies at the yard sale was like, $20. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do $20. And then the lady brought it up. I was like, no, let me think about it. And then I poked through. I didn't know some of the game's values. But I was like, I think 25 would be fair if you want to do 25. And she was like, sure. I mean, she said she didn't even know what she had. Somebody gave them to her. She just was like, she was moving, so she just wanted to get rid of things. But the other guy was just like looking behind me, and when she agreed, like you could hear the audible like disappointment in his voice. He was just like, oh. But yeah, one of these games you'll see why, or I'll tell you why, if you aren't sure. But yeah, Zapper. So I already sold an action set. I'm just gonna throw that into the action set instead of digging out another Zapper. But yeah, here we go. So the only game that's sold out of here so far that's gone is Super Mario 3. That sold for like 17 and change. So, you know, oh, I have already made my money back because another game in here did sell, so I'll show you. So we got The Simpsons, Bart versus the World, Empire Strikes Back, which is a pretty good one, but the label's a little messed. Where's Waldo? Bases Loaded 2, Karate Kid, Big Bird's Hide and Speak, John Elway's Quarterback, Gotcha, Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego. I just sold this on Super Nintendo maybe like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3, for 25 complete. So I thought this one, usually when things are on Nintendo and Super Nintendo, the Nintendo version's worth more, but it's not. Karnov, Bases Loaded. They had 2 copies of Big Bird Speaking, or Hide and Speak. Muppets Adventure, which I was hoping was going to be worth more, but was not. Probably about like 7 to 10. Goonies 2. TNC Surf designs. Tetris. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which used to be worth more, but it's only like $5 to $8 now. Chip and Dale. So when I saw this in there, it was floating around. I couldn't read if it was 1 or 2, but it ended up being 1. If it was 2, it would have been amazing. But I saw this in there, so I definitely knew it was worth the 25. Mike Tyson's Punch Out. 2 copies of Super Mario 2, which is great. Those are about 15, 20. Double Dragon. Legend of Zelda. So again, I saw that in there. She was like, is this even for the same thing because it's gold? I was like, yeah, it's just painted gold. But this one works, so that's $30 right there. And then this ended up being the best part. I feel like I might have saw it in there, but I didn't know it was so valuable. But I've already sold it for $137. I would have sold it for more if the condition was better, but it does have issues. So, ready? Here we go. It is Bucky O'Hare. So I think this was a cartoon. I've seen action figures for it, but yeah, definitely a video game, obviously right here. So this is the reason I sold it for $137, is this hunk of the label is missing. It's got scratches, but yeah, $137. I had it up for $150. People were sending offers $125. I probably could have got the $150 if I waited, but I would rather have got the $137 and then now than like if the price like plummeted in a few months when people aren't like trying to buy up all the games and stuff. So yeah, definitely not the best condition. Literally, if that didn't look like that and these scratches were in here, probably $200 game. It's kind of amazing, like when games get this valuable, like the condition really matters. Like Mario 2, you're never probably gonna get more than like $25 for a card only, no matter how great the condition is without the box. But you know, when it comes to the higher end ones, like a little hunk like that really matters. So yeah, super exciting on that. And that was everything. So that was, I think, 2 or 3 weeks worth of thrift store and yard sales and Facebook. I've mostly been concentrating on Facebook and yard sales. Don't really want to go to thrift stores. because there are just too many people. Like, I did go to a few Goodwills, or the same Goodwill, like 3 times, and 1 Savers, but people just don't care that, like, being close to each other and breathing on each other is an issue right now. So I'm trying to avoid that. Facebook seems to be the safest. I honestly, like, for this, I just left the money in the door. For that, I left the money in the mailbox. I did have to meet for that one and for the other one, but I think I might have made another deal where I just, like, picked up stuff and left the money. I would love to do that for a while. But yeah, so that's that. Hope you enjoy. Yeah, like, subscribe, comment, share. I'll be filming a video of what I sold this week as well, right after this, so I'm not sure when this will come out. I know I'm a few months backlogged, but yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.